Hey there, hi there, hello world. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ellie and today's video is a deck that I'm very excited to share with you here today. This is a Kickstarter project that I backed a little while ago and it feels like it arrived really quickly. This project came together really quickly, I think. But yeah, very excited to share this with you here today. Today we'll be looking at the Haptic Tarot. Before we begin today's video, a quick and humble reminder. Please make sure that you give this video a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell to be notified of any future uploads. That all said, let's go ahead and get on into today's video. Okay, so as mentioned, this was a Kickstarter project that wrapped up relatively quickly, I think. This was such a beautiful project. I am not surprised that this came together as quickly as it did. Of course, there's definitely a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, I'm pretty sure. But Nicholas Jacobs, or Nick Jacobs as credited here on the deck, is the Page of Cups Tarot. If you follow on social media, I will have more details about where to follow Nicholas down in the description box below. But for now, yeah, just know that this is a beautiful deck, again, that I've been watching the progress on. The Page of Cups Tarot Instagram page, Nicholas Jacobs, had been kind of putting together this journey of how he created this deck, and just so much stunning detail in this deck. I can't wait to show you. We will open it up here in just a few seconds. But first, let me go ahead and go over the box here with you because I think this is a fantastic box. Check this out. So here we have, as you saw just a few seconds ago, I was flipping it around. So the Haptic Tarot title here on the side. And then we have some, I believe it's Latin. I'm not 100% sure. I will check that here in just a moment. The Haptic Tarot, very beautiful. So excited to share this with you all. So this does come in a two-piece box. There we go, not too bad. Pretty easy to pull apart. And yeah, just overall very beautiful, sturdy box. Here we have the back of the box here. Let me put that in focus. So the Haptic Tarot. In a world increasingly defined by digital interactions, the Haptic Tarot invites you to engage with the tactile sensations of the cards, tapping into their messages. Inspired by the works of early Renaissance Flemish artist, I know I'm not going to say this correctly, Jan van Eyck. Okay, if I did not pronounce that correctly, I apologize. Let's see. This deck dives into the secrets of the cards, where hands play a central role in expressing their unique language. Haptic relates to our sense of touch, and this deck guides you through a sensorial and tactile journey of self-discovery, inviting you to unveil profound connections with a harmonious blend of art history, design, and technology to fully activate your intuition. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting deck because as you'll see when we open this up, this was, I believe, AI generative imagery assisted. So I will get more into specifics on that here in just a bit to be sure that I don't like misquote anything. But yes, the Haptic Tarot, I took a peek at it a little while ago. Not gonna lie, I wanted to see this one because I was just super excited to have it in my hands. And it is very beautiful. So I'm excited to share that with you today. And that all said, let's go ahead and open up the box and check out the contents. Right, so as previously shown, this is a two-piece box. Again, nice and sturdy. I believe it's like cardboard construction, so very nice. You've got the little thumb holes there to help you open it up. Very nice. And the inside does have this really cool, subtle like pattern. I don't know, it almost kind of makes me think of celestial pattern. There's little stars there, but they're all connected, so geometric celestial. I don't know. I'm not really sure I'm describing that correctly, but there we have it. So that is the box. And let's take a look at the contents here. So we've got the guidebook. Can't set that on fire. So the Haptic Tarot deck and guidebook by Nick Jacobs. So here we have the deck itself, which we will go into more detail here in just a moment. But let us take a quick peek at this guidebook, mostly because I'm really interested to see what is included here. It's not a very thick guidebook, but I feel like it's going to be chock full of the information you need to get started. So let's go ahead and take a peek into the guidebook. All right, so upon opening up the guidebook for the Haptic Tarot, we have a quote here, and I believe this is what was on the box. All right, so then upon opening up the guidebook here, we have a little bit of content, the introduction, the inspiration behind the cards, the creative process, and we will come back to that here in just a few minutes after we check out a little bit more of the guidebook, because this is a very beautifully put together deck, and it was actually designed with some AI generative art, so we will take a peek at that here. We'll get the full scoop. All right, so here we also have a little blurb about reversals, and we get straight on into the major arcana. So a little bit here, a little bit of reading about the majors, and then we get straight on into the cards themselves. So here we have the number, the name, some associated keywords, and a little bit about the card based on the way that it is presented in this deck in particular. So I love that it includes some of that detail, for example, here with the Fool, and we will see that card here momentarily. The Alpha and Omega of the major arcana, the Fool symbolizes the expansive nature of life's journey. Unburdened by the minutiae, I always get confused with that word, minutiae of the human experience, he holds a white rose, an offering of beauty and new beginnings. The Fool leans into curiosity and joyously explores, shedding weight to savor each moment. You eagerly stand at a precipice, anticipating how your journey will unfold. All right, so yeah, this is, I feel like it's going to be a little bit more tailored to like the imagery on the cards. Once we get into reading a little bit more of these, I will, maybe I should pull some cards so we can just really see that. Yeah, we'll pull a card at the end. How about that? All right, so I normally do pull cards at the end, don't I? Brain fart on camera. Okay, let's go ahead and get back on track. I'm losing myself here. So yeah, we go into the majors here, as well as a special extra card here, the Reader. And again, we will take a peek at that when we do the flip through. So after that, we get straight away into the minor arcana, a little bit of an explainer here. And it looks like we begin with the Suit of Cups. So from there, we have all the meanings, the Suit of Wands, we have the Suit of Pentacles, and the Suit of Swords. So it is following the traditional Waite-Smith version of the deck with as far as the suits. So that's good to know. And there are also some spreads included. If you want to read more about the creator, here we go. This is Nick. So there we go. Again, I feel like this is a really quick, to the point, really good like reference, pocket reference kind of guidebook. So that's pretty cool. All right, so now revisiting here the creative process, just wanted to share this with you all because I think this is super cool. I love when creators harness the power of technology. Since in my day job, I work in technology, and I feel like this is a really cool way to kind of integrate those two worlds. So the creative process here, what Nick says about the process. I began work on Haptic Tarot in December of 2022. As I experimented with different artificial intelligence, or AI, platforms, prompts, and visual styles over the year, a revelation occurred. Providing minimal detail or direction led to more effective, robust imagery. Ultimately, I found that my relationship with the technology became more instinctual, giving rise to the images that formed the 79 cards of this deck. By harnessing the powerful and often surprising outcomes of generative AI, each card accentuates specific details from Arthur E. Waite and Pamela Coleman Smith's 1909 tarot deck. Acknowledged as one of the most influential decks of the 20th century, the Haptic Tarot merges the tradition of the Waite-Smith deck with today's technological innovations. All right, so if you want to read the rest, you can go ahead and pause the page here. However, I will just go ahead and say that is really, really cool to know the creative process behind this deck. And yeah, again, as somebody who works in technology and just is really excited about everything technology is doing and can do, for good, if it's used for good, this is a really cool thing to see happening, where this is like a really concentrated effort on utilizing technology in a positive way to help bring out these kind of new creations and new things into the world. So very excited again to share this deck with you. Let's go ahead and take a look at those cards now. Let's go. All right, friends, here is the great reveal. This is the Haptic Tarot. So this deck here is very, very beautiful. Again, it is a 79 card deck. There is a special card created for this deck. And we will see that here in just a moment, but let's take a good look here. The card back art is, again, that kind of like celestial star, but geometric pattern. I don't even know if that's the right way to describe it, but I mean, it's super cool. I like it. This is a very beautiful back pattern. Of course, if you want to read reversals, this is fully reversible. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty identical. So at least for me, it would be very difficult to tell. So there's that. All right, the card stock itself. Let's take a moment to talk about the card stock. Yeah, the cardstock is a little light, unfortunately. I feel like with heavy usage, this may bend a little, fray a little, maybe even crease, but it's still a very, very beautiful feeling card. It does feel high quality, don't get me wrong. The card itself, very true to the name of the deck, it is very like tactile. It's haptic, so it has a very smooth finish. It's pretty matte, although not super duper matte, if that makes sense. But it does have this really nice kind of like light sheen to it. So it's not a super glossy finish, which is pretty cool. So yeah, coming back to the cardstock, again, you know, with repeated use, if you're a rough shuffler, you may want to be a little more gentler with this deck, just so that you can kind of extend the longevity. But overall, they're very, very light cards, so I feel like it's going to be really easy to shuffle. This is going to feel, okay, a little buttery. We will give it a full shuffle here in just a minute, but yeah, it just really feels good in the hands. As I was flipping through it yesterday, this is honestly a really, again, lightweight. It's very, very lightweight, but it still feels really good in the hands. So I would say that's a pretty good cardstock, pretty nice. I like it. Hopefully you do too. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the front card art, because this deck is very beautiful and we are going to start the flip through here. So let's go. All right, here we go. So we are going to take a look now at the Haptic Tarot, and I will go ahead and flip through and allow for a few moments to just really look at the card art. Again, it is very, very beautiful, very serene feeling. I got a very beautiful energy from this deck when I first just kind of flipped through to acquaint myself with what cards are in here, and it's just very, very beautiful. So let's go ahead and begin the flip through. We're going to check out the Haptic Tarot, and we start here with the Fool card. Alrighty friends, so that was the flip through of the Haptic Tarot. I hope you enjoyed taking a peek at the very, very beautiful art here. Although I know it is AI generated, it is still really, really beautiful, and I found it to be very, very inspired. And I love how, as the creator Nick mentioned in the little about the deck portion of the guidebook, that it was very minimalist, and I think that the impact that a lot of the imagery in the cards made was just, it's really, really cool to see that the generative AI was able to create such profound and beautiful and deeply expressive imagery based off just kind of like a very minimal feeling, which I feel like really helps just drive home the fact that the cards and their meanings just have this very resonant kind of energy, and I found that really, really cool about this deck. So as I usually like to do, let's go ahead and give this a quick shuffle, and let's experiment and see how do these cards shuffle. They shuffle really nicely, actually, so this is pretty cool. They're a little bit on the larger size, we have noticed. So for smaller hands like me, maybe it's a little bit on the big side, but honestly, the shuffleability is pretty manageable. So that is not bad at all. And if you wanted to do like an overhand shuffle, very nice, yeah. So it feels good. Some of the cards do feel like they stick a little, but it's not like a terrible, stickiness. So yeah, let's go ahead and do one more shuffle and one more overhand just to get kind of the energy going, flowing here in this deck. So I want to know, let's go ahead and ask the Haptic Tarot, what do we need to know about you as a deck? What do we need to know about the Haptic Tarot as a deck? So I'll just pull off the top. Okay, well, I was going to pull off the top, but that card decided to come out. So here we go. Oh, very cool. So the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune card here to describe the Haptic Tarot. How do I word this? So things are going to be up, things are going to be down, life is going to spin you around, but the Haptic Tarot is here to help guide you through these ups and downs and help you put into perspective, that sometimes things don't quite go our way, but we need to hang in there and wait for that moment when things pick back up. And I feel like this could be a really good partner in helping keep things kind of in that perspective of, life and its cycles, things end, things begin, and that just kind of goes on, and it's all a matter of fate. It's all a matter of what is the energy coming toward us and how we react to that energy. We do our part to really try to take control of what we can control, right? Like the Serenity Prayer, being aware of the things that are within your control and trying to change that if you can, and the things that we cannot control, we just kind of roll with the punches and trust that the wheel will eventually spin in our favor. So yeah, as a deck, I feel like this is really just talking about how this can really help you kind of take a perspective on life's ups and downs that will help you kind of move in a direction that is aligned with your highest good. But yeah, just so beautiful. I'm so excited to work with Haptic Tarot. Again, I will have all the information in the description box below if you'd like to go check out the Page of Cups Tarot and the Haptic Tarot. So there we have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you thought in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you and your thoughts about the Haptic Tarot. All right, everyone, till next time, take good care of yourselves, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.